Hi everyone, my name is Ruth. I just left Venus and I'm here to share the lessons that I have learned from inner space so that we can all remember who we are. And today I wanted to talk about the Age of Aquarius and New Earth. The Age of Aquarius marks a new astrological age. New Earth, the definition that I'm going to be using is from Dolores Cannon's work, and there's a lot of similarities and overlap between the two, so I want to talk about those. So before we talk about the Age of Aquarius, we need to talk about what preceded the Age of Aquarius, which is the Age of Pisces. Now, Pisces, when you think of it as a sign, as an energy, it's very mystical, very based on emotions. And that's that kind of energy that we have been based in for the past 2,000 years, the past millennium. And when you think of Pisces, the shadow side of Pisces, it kind of veers into the energy of ardent belief for the sake of belief, without lacking spirituality, and dogmatic religion for the sake of belief. And Christianity has been a dominant religion throughout the world. It's been the cause of a lot of joy, but a lot of pain at the same time. A symbol of Christianity is the fish, and the symbol or sign of Pisces is represented by the two fishes. So there's some synchronicity there. So when we talk about moving out of Pisces, moving out of this flowy energy into the Age of Aquarius, so we need to define what Aquarius is. Aquarius is a sign of the rebel and revolution, the collective, communication, just thinking about mental waves. So when I hear Age of Aquarius, I hear radical and revolutionary communication. And to take that to the next level, I'm thinking telepathy. So for the past 2,000 years, even before that, we've been communicating through emotions. And emotions are messy because we speak from our own experiences. That doesn't mean that other people can understand where we're coming from. Words are just they're helpful until they're not helpful. But when I think of the Age of Aquarius, I think of communication and what has dawned in the Age of Aquarius over the past 30-40 years. The internet. And if you want to get even more specific, social media. We are connecting with people miles away on the other side of the world. When you think about history, we only had access, we could only talk to people in our little town or little farm, whatever, and this is revolutionary, right? But unfortunately, over the past couple decades, free information flow, which is Aquarius, because the sign of Aquarius is the two waves, so networks. So that is the bright side of Aquarius, but the shadow side of Aquarius is what we're seeing now. Those waves are not being able to flow freely because of censorship by big tech companies, the government. There's a lot of things. So social media, the internet, has been perverted into a place where we can't share ideas freely. And the Age of Aquarius is all about sharing ideas, sharing stories, information freely, so that we as a collective, as humanity, we can come to understand each other, to evolve. So the next step of our evolution, and I'm taking a page from the Law of One, the raw material. The next step is a social memory complex. So a social memory complex is where you have a whole civilization that does not need words to speak. They simply speak with their heart. Because everybody's speaking from their heart, they're able to understand from their heart. Everything is heart-centered. Everything is heart-centered, and once you're on that same wavelength, literally like Aquarius wavelength, once you're on that same wavelength, there is no room for misunderstanding. It's just like pure empathy, pure compassion. So that's the next step of humanity. But we can't get there until we go through some shit first. And we're going through that shit right now, through what's going on in the world, all the stuff, all the shit, all the unspeakable horrors that are going on, whether the media covers it or not. But when I think of the Age of Aquarius, I think I'm getting, so okay, the Age of Pisces was all about Jesus, but okay, let me differentiate between Christianity and Jesus. Like, Christianity perverted the words of Jesus and mandated the worship of a man who came here to teach Christ consciousness and to teach that the kingdom of God lives within all of us. No, you don't have to do XYZ to get to some place in, like, outside of this world or outside of this earth. It's already here within. And those words were perverted, and they were used to control a whole populace, like most of the world, unfortunately. So that's the difference between, like, when I'm talking about Christianity versus Jesus. Those are two different things. So Age of Pisces was dogmatic religion. Jesus, the perversion of Jesus's teachings. Age of Aquarius, I'm getting real John the Baptist vibes. And if you know John the Baptist was Jesus's cousin, and he was kind of like a hippie and an outsider. I'm just getting like somebody with like bushy, matted hair, just like the quote-unquote crazy person on the street trying to herald the coming of the Messiah, but everybody looks at him like he's crazy and like they try to avoid eye contact. That was John the Baptist. And when you think about it, it was really revolutionary for Jesus to take this person, single him out, and say, hey, I want you to baptize me. Like, that was unheard of. So when I think about the Age of Aquarius, I said that Aquarius is all about revolution, rebel, outsiders. That was John the Baptist energy. And I think that's the kind of energy that is being ushered in this new earth. And when I say new earth, it's literally not like the splitting of like two earths, like two globes. It's a frequency, and you could tap into it whenever. Like, you could choose to rise above the dense energies of this 3D matrix and choose to rise above and live in that new earth, which is full of compassion and empathy and understanding. And the way that you access it is through thought, controlling your mind, and through feeling. And you could sink into that feeling and rise up into that plane like that. And there are like millions of people on this earth who are already living in that frequency. I guess when you think about the rapture, or even let's just go back to 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended, and the media, the mainstream media, covered it as the apocalypse, but like nothing happened. But a huge shift happened in the earth. If you're from, like, I'm of the school of thought that believes that the earth entered a new phase in its evolution, and we're all just trying to catch up. And this is all completely based on free will and opting into that new earth, and really like grabbing onto the coattails of the Age of Aquarius. Because going back to Pisces is water. Think of like a river just flowing, just goes with the flow. And water kind of just goes everywhere until you give it form. There's nothing wrong with water with emotions, but you kind of want to put structure or form to it. Going back to the sign of Aquarius, which is the water bearer. So Aquarius is holding the water in cups. Like, it's bearing, can you bear water? I don't know. It's bearing the water. It gives form to the water, to emotions. And there's kind of like the interplay of two elements. Aquarius is an air sign, Pisces is a water sign. So it's just balancing logic with the heart. And that's where we're moving towards from an astrological standpoint. So, well, like, the dates differ, but a lot of astrologers believe that the shift into Aquarius will really be set into place once Pluto moves into Aquarius next year, 2023. Because right now, Saturn is in Aquarius. Ever since 2020, there is that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius in December of 2020. And Saturn's still in Aquarius, and then Pluto is going to finally move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. Pluto is the sign that destroys and transforms. So he's going to come in like a wrecking ball and just fucking like Pluto just going to like knock that shit into the ground in order for something new to be born. That means that a lot of shit is going to get worse before it gets better. But I feel like, and this is also related to all the negative, dense energy that I feel and that the collective feels right now, this second in this earth. And it's hard. A lot of things and feelings and emotions and experiences and traumas, they're bubbling to the surface in order to be purged. The people who will be able to move through this energy are the people that are able to alchemize that extremely heavy negative energy. And it's so, I say that, but it's like so fucking hard to do. It is so hard. So like, if you're struggling, I completely understand. This is going to get worse before it gets better, but just think back to Pluto. Pluto has to destroy in order for something new to be born. It's a lot, but this is what we came here for. Like, we came here for this exact transition. This is a hard ass assignment to take on. So kudos to everybody that took on that assignment, including me. Like, I feel like we signed up for more than we bargained for, but we are tasked with ushering in this shift or helping those who are struggling. By healing ourselves, we can heal other people because we have walked through that path, and we could tell them, hey, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I know there's a light. The light is like, it's there. It's like a small sliver, but it's going to get bigger the more that we go inward and we heal ourselves. Like, let's heal ourselves. Let's love ourselves so that we can heal each other and so that we can love each other. I think that's like the slogan for the age of Aquarius, because Aquarius is all about friendship and community. It's just very heavy right now. But if we move through this heavy energy, like, we can make it on the other side. We can make it over to the other side. Also, one thing, I feel like, so let me be careful. The age of Aquarius is coming whether we like it or not, and no matter how hard people try to suppress and control, they can keep on trying to destroy our minds, our senses, our sense of self, our identity, but it's all going to be in vain because the energy of the age of Aquarius is coming whether we like it or not. Like, it's like, you can't control the cosmos, and this is like, we're a small planet, a small matrix within the vast expanse of the cosmos. And I say that, and you could be like, yeah, Ruth, but like rent's due tomorrow. Like you can't use that. You can't use that excuse against your landlord. You can't go up to them and be like, hey, but we're just like a spinning ball in this vast expanse of the universe. But just like to take a big picture of things, it's just helpful to remember to go within, to live from your heart, to take heart inspired and centered steps towards your highest good, towards the highest timeline, because your highest timeline merges with the highest timeline of the earth. So good luck with that. I'll be walking right along with you. But Age of Aquarius, a new earth. A new earth, we're already living in it. If you just close your eyes and tune into the frequency and love each other. The answer is love. The groove is love. Great. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. I love you all, and thank you. Bye.